Yo, 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 what is up for another edition of Flip Your 20 Friday? That may have improved. Or it could be opposite day. So, hello. For another edition, thank you for joining me for Flip Your 20 Friday. Before we get started, as per usual, if these videos are helping you, and I hope they are, please share, please subscribe, please comment. The more interaction that we have, or likes and subscriptions, the more we can help other people and help the people know that you care about, but that ripple effect out. So please go ahead and subscribe below. All right, let's get into it. So we are still in the middle of COVID-19. I don't know where we are in it. So the video today is all about post-traumatic growth. I'm going to say that again. Post-traumatic growth. And I'm borrowing that term from a gentleman named David Kessler. He's one of the world's most sought after or expert on grieving. And he's added another stage to the 5 stages of grief, which I've talked about in another video. He's added a 6th stage called meaning. Like, what is the meaning we're giving to the grief? And again, right now we're in a global collective grief of all the things we've lost. And then he said, and in this time now where we'll come out of this, there's definitely going to be post-traumatic stress. I think we can all be like, yep. And he said there's also an opportunity for post-traumatic growth. And I remember hearing that and being like, but it makes sense. So I want to talk about this today. And again, this is super individual for each and every one of us. So to dive into what this might look like, the first thing I think that we need to discuss or acknowledge is what he said about the meaning. And this is something Tony Robbins talks about a lot too, is nothing has meaning except for the meaning we give to it. So you get to choose what meaning you're giving to this whole pandemic and how it's affecting you, the ones you love, etc. Only you get to choose your meaning for it. And that might fluctuate sometimes day to day, but overall, if we're looking at like an umbrella meaning or a couple of meanings, what is it for you? Not what the news tells you, not what your grandma's telling you, or your dad, or your uncle, or your friends. You. Again, we'll come back to your 20 cents. You get to choose. So the meaning, though, whatever meaning you give it, I would encourage you to make sure that that meaning is not based on comparison, and it's not based on judging yourself against what other people are doing right now, because the comparison machine is at an all-time high. And I've mentioned this in another video, and I won't be surprised if I mention it again. So again, this might be a time, maybe the meaning for you in this growth, maybe it is like you got super organized, or maybe you got really focused on school. Maybe you realize if you're a student, wow, I really like school, like more than I thought, now that you're home with like your family the whole time. Maybe for you, the growth part is, you did learn a new skill. Something with art, music, cooking, a language, whatever. Cool. If you choose that, that's cool. You don't have to because social media is telling you to. For the people who aren't not in my house because I live alone. That's my new rendition for the people in the back. You get to choose what your growth is. Even as someone who's a health person, like fitness is my game, I don't think you have to come out of here the fittest you've ever been. If you do, cool. But I'm even making sure on my Instagram at flipyour20_, and if you've been following me, I post my videos a lot, or I'm workout outside year round. So that part's not new for me. But I've even pulled back from posting some of my workout pictures because I feel like it's just this hyper focus on what everyone else is doing and I'm not doing it, so I'm not good enough in the comparison, and so I'm not growing because I'm not doing what they're doing. Holy. Now, my intention is always pure and motivational to post like, hey, get outside and do something. So my intention is good, but in this time, I'm not always sure how it's landing. So I've even pulled back from that, from posting too many workout things, because I don't want someone to feel like they have to compare. So the growth for you is based on you. And it's based on your energy level. I'm a very different person today than I was a few days ago. I had a really rough day. I barely could get off the couch. I just was exhausted. So I'm sharing that because when you get to control how you're perceiving and navigating this time, and again, hopefully you have people in your life, whether virtually or in person. When you have people in your life to help you, so you know you're not alone, that's awesome. Even still, you get to choose your perspective right now. You get to choose the meaning. You get to choose when this is over. You can look back and say, oh, I grew in this way, or this way, or I didn't really, because boy, it really hit me really hard and I had a hard time dealing with it, and that's okay too. But I just hope the meaning isn't going to be based on somebody else's ideals or posts or videos. You can use it to influence you if it's productive and positive. That's cool. But if it's making you feel yucky, no matter what age you are, probably would be good to not compare. And when I say probably, I mean like totally would not be good to compare. So let me give you an example too. For me, one of the things I'm learning, one of the ways I'm growing right now is I'm learning to slow down because I'm hustling. I travel, again, speaking at schools across the US and Canada. I'm traveling all the time, different time zones. And I do like when I come home and I have my me time. This is really allowing me to really slow down. I'm growing by meditating, something I've always wanted to try. And now I think I've only missed maybe like 3 or 4 days and we're in week 5 now. I'm growing by listening to my body, and if it's not a day to work out because I'm having a hard time getting out from underneath my weighted blanket, I'm like, not the day to go be flipping tires, Molly. I'm double checking what my definition of hustling is, like the hustle and the grind and the go. And it's important. That's important at times for me in my business, but I'm kind of double checking, like, what does that really mean to me now? Now that I've had time to reflect. So those are a couple of the ways that I'm growing. I'm still not cooking. If you follow me on Instagram, you know I don't cook. I eat mostly raw food just out of convenience. My stove is unplugged. If that's the first time you're hearing it, yes, you heard that right. I'm not going to be like, oh my God, all my friends are baking and cooking bread and blah, blah, blah. Nope. If I choose to one day, cool. That's not my jam. And I'm not going to make it my jam because all of a sudden I have free time. This is not free time. This is not free time. It's time during a global pandemic crisis that we're all navigating in our own ways. Are some people thriving? Yes. Are some people really struggling? Yes. And there's everywhere else in that spectrum, and you're going to find yourself on different parts, and that's okay. I'm listening. I'm growing by, like I said, taking just some more time to relax, to let my body recover from all the hustling and working out and grinding that I do a lot. So, and I'm sharing that example for me because growth looks different. We think growth has to be, I did this amazing thing. I wrote the novel. I learned the song. Every corner and drawer in my house is vacuumed and cleaned and yeah. Cool, man. If that's you, do it. But growth is super individual. And the post-traumatic growth comes from the meaning you are giving to how you're processing this. And as long as that is not based on comparing with other people and the judgment of other people or the self-judgment, as long as it's just based on your true feelings and you're doing the best that you can, I'm going to say that again, doing the best that you can on any given day, and let's be honest, any given hour sometimes, then that's okay. Maybe the growth is you listening to you. Maybe the growth is trusting your gut. Maybe the growth is stopping. Maybe the growth is hustling. I don't know. But that's not for me to determine for you. It's for you to choose for you. So the way you come out of this, good, bad, or ugly, it's okay. It's okay. I'm sure there'll be plenty of judgments after, because that's what we do. Maybe the growth is doing less of that. Less judging, less comparing, and doing the best you can. I hope this helps you. I look forward to seeing you on Monday for the next Monday with Molly. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Be kind. Wash your hands. Don't touch your face. We're still saying this. And as always, flip your 20. Peace.